Hey friends, welcome back to Project Humanity.
It's over there.
Ito ba? Ito ba?
Right there, right
Okay. Okay. Ulit-ulit. 3, 2, hanggang mamaya to.
Okay, go.
Hey friends, welcome back to Project Humanity, where we talk about becoming human again. I am your host, Jay, and this
And
is
I'm
Nolan.
your co-hosting friend, Nolan.
Hi, Nolan. Hi, babe. So last week we actually talked about what it means to be human again, and just why we started this podcast. You want to tell
I
us
think,
a little bit more?
I mean, the whole part of this whole little journey is realizing that sometimes we forget to be human, right? With all the pressures. That's what we talked about last Sunday or last Tuesday or whatever that
Yes.
podcast
Yeah.
day was. We talked about that sometimes as leaders, we can be so focused on leading or building, but we forget to be human.
Right.
And so it creates such a crazy atmosphere if you're not human.
Yes.
Right?
And today,
We are going into something that is going to be fun because it's something that we all deal with.
yes, and that is the weight of expectation.
Ooh,
Drum roll. Yes.
expectation.
Yeah, expectations, right?
Expectation.
Expectations and how we carry it and how do we carry it,
Yeah.
right? And are we supposed to be carrying some expectations
Yeah.
that are, put on us, or maybe expectation internally? What is expectation like to you? Like, how do you define it in a sense? Like,
No, I mean, I think when we're thinking about expectation, it's something that every single person has. It's something that we have for ourselves. It's something that we have for others. It's something that we have for anything we interact with. Usually there's an expectation we have placed upon it. An expectation is simply something that we believe how it should be.
oh yeah,
Right?
that's
And
good.
so if I expect this from them, then what I'm expecting is I'm expecting either their actions to be what I expect,
Yeah.
their thoughts to be what I expect, how they move to be how I expect.
Yes.
And so I think it's one of the things that can cause a lot of frustrations
Right.
in any organization.
Yep.
It could cause frustrations in families, businesses,
Yeah,
churches,
careers, yeah.
is when we have expectations, and specifically when those expectations are not met, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. I mean, that in itself is in a sense, it helps us stay true to ourselves when we know, right? If that expectation is actually healthy or not,
Right,
right?
yeah.
Because there's internal expectations and there's external expectations. But sometimes, how do you know, though, if it's healthy or not? So we're gonna dive into that.
No, that's a
for
great.
this.
Yeah, that's really good.
for this podcast.
Because I think one of the things that I realize with my expectations is no one really tells you or teaches you how to deal with your own specific expectations.
Yeah.
Like, right? Nobody taught you. Okay, this is how to have expectations. Or you just have them,
Right. And
but they're not filtered,
right.
right? And so I think, like you said, like how do you discern
Yeah.
if those expectations are realistic, or even if those expectations are something you should have?
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Well, I was saying, how does it start, right? So I guess thinking about it just now, maybe it started when we were young, right? There's certain expectations, maybe at school. How do you think that started? Maybe cultural, right? In a
Yeah,
sense.
I mean, there are specific expectations that are based on the environment you grew up in,
Yeah.
or the atmosphere or culture that you grew up in. For example, if you live in the Philippines, there's an expectation
Yeah.
that you call your older sibling
Oh, yeah.
by kuya or ate.
That's
right?
true. That's cultural.
Yeah, cultural. When you see an older person, when you meet them, you mano po.
That's expected. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an expectation out of honor, right? An expectation of respect
Yeah.
in a sense. But I think we mainly have our expectations, good and bad, is because it's ingrained in our
We're human.
DNA as being human.
Human, yeah.
Right?
Mhm, yeah.
That there is something inside of us that is calling to our soul for something more.
Wow,
And
that's good.
so we have our soul has an expectation. I think the problem is when we look for that answer of what we're expecting from anything apart from God.
From God, that's true. Yeah, and so today I want us to kind of like break it down into different aspects of our lives. So
Okay.
there's common expectations where we can talk about first our career, right? Or maybe you could say your calling.
Oh yeah.
Kumbaga. And then maybe we could talk about our homes and families and dissect it one by one. So let's start with our calling or our career. What
Yeah.
are the certain expectations that you think we placed on us, whether it's healthy or unhealthy?
I think you just nailed it in the title itself. I
Yeah.
think there's an expectation that your career should be your calling.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
think
yeah.
I think that's I have no idea where that expectation
That's
came
so
from.
true.
But it's
That's
an
so true.
expectation that most people have.
Yeah, that your vocation.
Yeah, or whatever job you have
Yeah.
after you've invested in college
Yeah.
and whatnot, that it should be your calling.
Wow.
Right? And so a lot of people that I know will either go through school, go through whatever, go to a job, and then be like, hey, I don't know, I don't feel like I'm called to this. Right? And I think it's a false, it's not a, well, I don't think it's a healthy expectation when you tie in calling with your career. Because it might not be your calling, but your bills are still calling. Like, you still gotta.
You're expected to pay.
They
bank.
got the bank has some expectations on you too.
Yeah,
You can't
that's
be
true.
like, oh, you know what, Moralco, I'm still trying to figure out my calling,
Yeah.
right? No, like, you have to, right? But I think that expectation of your career, let's just say, let's take away calling, right?
Yeah.
So let's debunk calling and career are not the same thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, because you could still have a career, and still have a calling,
Yeah.
and they don't have to be the same
Yeah.
thing. Career, I think a lot of the expectations that I've heard lately, because when I graduated high school 1998, right? 1998.
Okay.
And then I was already working part-time as a stock boy. I was getting paid at that day. Imagine in 1998, I was getting paid $10 an hour. What was that? 570 pesos an hour, right?
Yeah.
I just put stocks of
Yeah.
Bath and Body's products. And then I went to work. I sold knives and all of that. I went to college as a
Yeah.
graphic designer. I think the expectation that I had back then was really just finding a job, right?
Yeah.
I just want to learn. Actually, the expectation was, okay, I'm done with school. I want to learn more. Like, I got to hone in my craft. I got to hone in my skills.
Okay.
So I would intern. I would go to different places from designer firms and be like, hey, do you have a position? Can I intern?
Yeah.
Can I blah, blah, blah? Do all of these kind of things. And I think that was the common expectation for most people back in the day. But I think it shifted because now people won't just accept any job, right? It has to match their
The degree.
new expectation.
Okay.
Like, one, yeah, it should match my degree. I should be getting paid this amount. I should have a place where my mental health is
yeah.
safe.
Yeah. There's,
Right?
Yeah.
That's like, I did it sarcastically, but that's what I hear.
Yes.
I gotta be in a place where I feel fulfilled. Those type of expectations, and I think that's where it could cause a lot of problems. Because
Yes.
at the end of the day, what you're trying to say is, I want to find a career that's perfect
Yeah.
and give me everything I need,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
actually everything I want.
Right. Yeah, so those are kind of like you have to be able to, or become self-aware, what are those expectations.
Like
that
when you moved to Los Angeles from the Philippines, you had multiple jobs.
Yes.
But you also graduated with the
Communications,
bachelor's
yeah.
in communications, right?
Mhm.
So, what was the expectations while you were in Philippines? Because mine is more of stateside.
Yeah. Well, I if if I decided to stay in Philippines, well, of course, the expectation for me is because I graduated mass communications or
Mm-hmm.
communications, I would be, working at a TV station or,
Oh, okay.
like that media. But because I moved to another country and the expectation of me going to the States was actually not necessarily to find a job that aligns with my degree, but how to make a living to provide for my family in Philippines.
Yeah,
So
but
I kind of switched. Yeah.
but so what jobs did you have
Well,
throughout your?
any receptionist
Yeah,
jobs and personal assistant,
right.
and yeah, teller, bank teller, so
Bank
different kinds.
teller,
Yeah. Hmm.
admin.
Yeah,
What else
yeah.
did you have? Oh, you worked at
A photo studio.
photo studio.
Yeah.
I
So it's
remember you told me
actually
one time somebody left flowers on your car. Was it Leonardo DiCaprio?
I expect it to be.
You
I
saw
was
him
kidding,
there,
I was
right?
kidding.
You
Yeah.
saw him?
Yeah.
Is he
No.
handsome? Is he handsome?
Of course.
Is he tall?
Okay, we're going off
Does he have
off track.
abs? But then
But
you were
yeah,
also
different.
worked at a convalescent home?
Yes, a home for the aged.
Home
Yeah.
for the aged. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Politically
Convalescent.
correct.
No, no.
Home for the ages. So,
Aged.
but I remember you kind of had like a mini identity crisis
Mm-hmm.
because if I remember correctly, you would still be like, I was my college all not worth
Oh
it.
yeah.
You would always do that, right?
Well, yeah.
Like you would have a lot of times where you'd be like, why did I even graduate communications? I'm not
Yeah.
even doing it. And
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I remember
why
it now.
I remember like you would get
Yeah,
in a little
'cause
funk.
yeah, because I guess, coming from the culture or here in the Philippines where if you graduated as a educations major,
Yeah.
then you should be in the academia, right?
So tell
And
me
all
tell me
that.
about it. How did you navigate that?
So it was hard. I mean, I had to like deal with a lot of self-pity
Mm.
and of course like what you said, I was in a depressive, right? I don't know
Yeah,
if you
here and
remember.
there, like
Here
you
and
would have
there,
those
like,
conversations.
yeah, conversations, and I feel like, um, is this what I'm supposed to be now?
Yeah.
Like there's regrets also because of that false expectations that I have to match the certain lane that I studied
Right.
for 4 years. So yeah,
So
that's
how did you get out of it?
Mm, huh. Thinking about it, definitely focusing on the path where God placed me. I don't know
Okay.
how to explain it in a very more practical or not spiritual way, but that's how it is. The more I focused on God, I guess the less I thought about those expectations.
Okay.
And like what you said, I guess the wording is I began to live a life,
Right.
and see that everything that I do is a calling,
Okay.
not
okay.
just a set
That's
of
good. That's good.
career.
We'll go back to that.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I like that.
So
Yeah, I was just
another-
wondering because I remember those conversations.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a.
Yeah, but so career, we have all of these. I mean,
How about-
everyone has expectations.
How about home and family?
I mean,
Like,
that's you more. I guess for me,
as a father, like
as
what
a father,
are
the
the
expectations that I don't know where it came from. I don't know, but it's like providing. The father should be providing.
Yeah. Do you think that's a healthy expectation, or how does it become unhealthy now? Like, what's the boundary? How do you?
I think
navigate?
I think it's a healthy expectation.
Okay.
I think it's unhealthy when it becomes prideful,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like if let's say if you make more money than me,
Okay. Yeah.
right? Some people, there's some men who will be they can't handle that, right? And then they'll be like, no, I should be making more money
Oh,
than you
there you go.
because I'm the husband and I'm the
Okay.
man. I
Yeah.
think that's unhealthy.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more of a pride issue,
That's really good.
right? And it's also unhealthy where that becomes the language of love for their children or for their spouse.
Like for example.
For example, no, you should know I love you because look how much I'm working.
Providing for
Look how much
you.
I'm providing for you. I won't give you my emotional love. I won't give you my, you know what I mean? Like I won't give you this, but because I provide, that should be good enough. I think that's
Yeah.
right. That's an expectation that.
And it's funny because it's like you drew an expectation on how your kids should react,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
In a sense. But for me, as a mom, I think the biggest struggle for me is the internal expectation because it's not necessarily you telling me, okay, as a wife or as a mom, this is what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
But there's this thing called mom guilt.
Oh,
That
tell
is
us
so
that. What's that?
That's so
That
real
sounds
to
like,
any to any moms out there. You're not alone because there's this false expectation that you have to have it all together, right?
Yeah.
You need a clean house, you need a well put, well mannered kids,
Right.
right? And if that doesn't live up to that mental or internal expectation, then you feel like you're failing. So
Wow.
that becomes unhealthy. Although it's good, to be to have pride or to be proud of your kids,
Yeah.
how to handle your household, but it becomes debilitating when it in a sense kind of like put on that guilt whenever those things don't fit.
I'm here.
Yeah, don't fit, right?
We're talking to.
So the camera, the people, of course, right? Or here pala, right? So yeah, because you don't expect me, right, or do you expect me to do all the chores and all that?
Yeah, you're the woman. That's what I expect, and I expect to.
Okay, so that's
I expect to
unhealthy.
work hard and come home, and there should be food, and
Food
you
on
should
the
be
table.
ready to please.
We'll talk about that on the next episode
Expectations.
on marriages,
Yeah.
right? So that's for me.
Yeah.
So, is there anything else that you think of when it comes to home and family dynamic? Like, how about being the eldest of the family here in the Philippines?
Oh
Like
yeah, there's a
being the-
crazy expectation here that I get it, but it's in a sense it's kind of scary,
Yeah.
right? I've seen it ruin a lot of people's
Right. This is
dreams.
gonna ruffle some feathers.
No,
'Cause
I don't think so.
No.
I mean, because it's normal,
Yeah.
right? But I think it's that okay because I'm the eldest, I am now the breadwinner. That's an expectation that a lot of
Yeah.
people carry.
And sometimes it's said, sometimes it's like our own, right? Expectations.
Yeah,
It's
but
a bit of
I
both.
I think it's I think it's some are we create it out of a sense of responsibility that I should. I think on another sense, sometimes it's said, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you're the breadwinner now, anak. We put you
Yeah.
through college. We're done.
Yeah.
But then sometimes it's even unsaid,
Yeah.
but the actions show it. Right? Like maybe
That's
the
the hard part.
right? Maybe the parents didn't say, "Okay, anak ka, parang you're gonna be the breadwinner now," but they don't even say it. They just quit their job,
Yeah.
right?
Or-
Dad quits her job, mom quits her job, and without any said things, now the eldest now realizes, "Oh my gosh, why did you quit the job? Now I have to pay for everything." That's a crazy expectation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah.
Why do you think? Why do you think
Yeah.
parents expect that,
I
or
don't
some
know.
parents?
I don't know. I mean, I grew up in that mentality that, I guess it's a healthy expectation because it talks about, in a sense, as Filipinos, we love the spirit of bayanihan, helping each other, being family oriented. But it came to a point where it became unhealthy because you're now putting all the responsibility to one person, right?
Right. Yeah.
So I don't know. I have to research that.
Okay,
I'm
get
not
back to me and-
I'll get back to you maybe on the next episode.
No, yeah, that's something that really.
Or maybe comment in the section if
Yeah, what do you
if,
think?
if
Is
if
it
you
good?
know
Is it good? Bad?
more about
Yeah.
that, how that culture started.
I know.
Because that's not in the U.S., right? That's
Oh
not.
no, U.S. is once you're 18, you're out of here. Like
Yeah.
you're an adult. I like the parents when in the U.S. It's I'm 18. Let's say I'm a parent.
Mm-hmm.
My kid turns 18. Now, either they pay me rent to live in my
Oh, wow,
house because
okay.
it's my house,
Mm-hmm.
or they leave because they don't. If they want to follow my rules, they leave and start their own life, find their own house.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think it comes from the cultural way
Mm-hmm.
of their ethos of their identity, because the U.S. has been built on independence.
Mm-hmm.
The Philippines has been built on a collective spirit,
Oh,
and
that's
so
true. Maybe that's why.
yeah. So U.S. is more, I can do it on my own.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need you.
Yeah.
Philippines is more, hey, I can't do this on my own.
I know.
You better help me,
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
That's good. Yeah.
yeah.
I was thinking also like going deeper in the like when it comes to family dynamic. I guess in the Western mentality, that area right there that you touched upon, when you're 18, the parents is now expected of you to
Work.
work, right? And that's a good expectation, right?
Yeah.
And it becomes unhealthy. How do you think that would, in a sense, become unhealthy? Like an
No, I think
example
I mean, so if in the Philippines parents will expect their children to start paying or being the breadwinner, I think the unhealthy version of independence in the States is, okay, I'm 18, I don't have to care about you guys anymore. I have my own life to build. So you guys do what you do, parents.
Yeah.
Mom and dad, I'm out.
Yeah,
So-
and you don't have to deal with anything that, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to parent me anymore, something like that.
Yeah,
right?
I'm an adult now.
Okay.
So there's good and bad.
Yeah. Huh.
But you had something else we want to talk about, expectations.
How about church leaders?
Yeah.
Church
Shush.
Church
Yeah.
leadership or leadership, yeah, in general.
Or you
Being a pastor.
being a pastor,
Yeah.
being
what
a
are
leader.
the expectation? Because there's some more so in ministry.
Yeah.
There's
I think everything's ministry though.
Oh yeah. That's good. Okay, I have to change my language now. More so, a lot of unspoken expectations
Yeah.
when it comes to pastoring, right? So you want to touch on that aspect, like example, I don't know, false expectations that we internally as a pastor, and you could attest to this, where you are supposed to be strong all the time,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
That it's okay to be broken, but make sure it's not. Don't show
Yeah.
your brokenness in the pulpit or in public and all
Yeah.
that stuff. So
I think one time, I think one of the most difficult parts of anything or any person or position that has authority, there is some type of greater expectation that is placed on them, warranted or unwarranted. I think, for example, a boss, there's an expectation on the boss, how the boss should act,
okay,
right? Like a supervisor.
Yeah.
There's an expectation on how a mom and dad should act, an expectation on how a teacher should act, an expectation on how a police should act, right?
Yeah.
And I think that also carries into, the church world. There's an expectation of how pastors should act.
Yeah.
Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
yeah.
And I think a lot of times what happens is, like we shared from the beginning, is those expectations are unsaid and simply formed
Yeah.
inside our brains and in our minds, and we place them on people.
Yeah.
And when it doesn't match them, because we have this expectation of the title, and the person doesn't match, right?
Yeah.
May not match the expectation of the title or the expectations you gave them of the title.
Yes.
Then it causes a lot of unneeded burdens.
Yeah, and discouragement.
Discouragement for both parties.
Yes, for
right.
both.
Like for example, us as pastors, right? I think there's so many expectations
Oh yeah.
that is sometimes funny. It's funny to me, right? Like, for example, there's expectations that, like me, right? In the beginning, it's not as big now, but I remember, for example, I was invited to a TV shoot to pray over the cast as their show is about to end, right? And then so I went and I go in my normal jeans, and I think back in the day skinny jeans were in, and
Oh yeah.
and my oversized shirt and whatever, so I'm there. And then one of the cast members was like, "Oh, what? You're the pastor?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm the pastor." He goes, "Bro, you look like someone that I would invite to go drink." He goes, "You don't?" Yeah, no, he said drink.
Oh, drink.
Yeah, I would invite you to go drink. Let's go drink it. Inuman. He goes, "You don't look like a pastor, right?" And how many times have we heard that before in the past? Maybe I've transformed to look like one now, but as I got older. But it's there's an expectation of how a pastor should dress. How he should act, how he should speak, and what he should do.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Like,
and because I feel that, like, honestly, like, so many times those are the pain points that I encounter that causes me to sometimes be discouraged and feel stuck. Actually, that I like the other day I was talking to you and you said something profound. I want you to share with us, like, because you kind of like helped me process how to in a sense take it and allow yourself to hurt, but at the same time not put it on yourself. Like you said something that really
you gotta
helped
go.
me.
You gotta go more in detail so I could
Okay.
remember.
Yeah, so you, because I shared with you, na I was discouraged because, I felt like as a pastor, I needed to
Be
to
like
know,
this
be like
person.
this person,
Or act
to
like this
act
way.
like
Yeah,
this
okay.
way, and all of that, like feel this way, And so you said something about that it's okay to feel hurt
Yeah.
when people falsely or maybe warranted placed it upon you. So how do you handle that?
No. Yeah. So let me paint the picture, right? One of the hardest things of being a pastor is there's an expectation that you are a superhero. You're strong, but you're gentle. You're a pioneer, but you're also pastoral. You know how to fight for people, but you also know how to pray for them. And so you've got to literally be Superman.
Yeah.
Like, they want you to be Superman. They want you to be people unexpectedly want a pastor to be their best friend, their counselor, their healer, their bodyguard, their provider sometimes, available
Yeah.
whenever you need them, whenever they deem is important. You got to be there. If
Yeah.
you're not there, you're not being a good pastor. There's like so many expectations placed on that role,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And we were talking about it the other day while we were drinking te, right?
Teh
Teh tarik, our favorite drink from Kuala Lumpur.
Yeah.
And we always go here. Nanyang, Sana, sponsor, right?
Yeah.
And we were sharing how what's happening is because there's an expectation on their expectation is not really on the person. Their expectation is on the role. And so there are these pre-assumptions or prerequisites of what the role of a pastor should be. And so unintentionally or intentionally, most likely subconsciously, they are placed upon the role. So now because we play the role, we are in that role,
Yeah.
those expectations are placed on us.
Yeah. Yeah.
So even when we are authentic and try to do our best, try to learn and try to guide and try to help, we will never meet another person's expectation.
That's true. And you shared about, shepherding, like a shepherd, right?
Yeah.
That you kind of like told me that sometimes we think that because our role is a shepherd,
Yeah.
then like a shepherd, right? You need to like feed,
Oh, yeah.
but you said like the shepherd is Jesus in a sense.
Yeah,
Like that.
yeah. So at the end of the day, what happens is we unintentionally can become an idol for them.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So here's the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
We have expectations that we're trying to fill by man. When in actuality, like I shared, those expectations can only our expectations tugging at our soul, right? The problem is when you take those expectations and you place them on man and you expect them to fill your expectation. You got to be there for me. You got to be available for me. You got to speak the way I need you to speak to me. You got to say the things I need you to say to me.
Yeah.
Because I need you to speak to my hurting. I need you to
Yeah.
speak to my pain. I need you to speak to my weakness. I need you to speak to my yearnings. I need you to speak to my hunger. But you're asking it from the wrong person.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Your pastor can't give you that. Your leader can't give you that. Even outside of church, sometimes we're expecting that from not a person but a career, right? My career should be giving me that. Should give me a sense of security.
Yeah.
My career should give me a sense of this. But in actuality, I told you that as they place expectations on us or on any role, on a leader, of course it'll hurt because you'll be like, whoa, but I'm doing so much for you,
Yeah.
right? Just because I'm not doing what you want me to do, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But so we can be like, oh, okay, but at the end of the day, we can't control their expectation, right?
Right.
So what happens is we just got to understand, okay, I get it. You're expecting from me what only God can give you.
Yes. 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 That's so good. Yeah.
And if I try to fill what only God can give you, then I'm now in a position where I'm telling you, you should continue to worship me.
Wow. That's a dangerous place to
Yeah.
be for you, right?
Yeah.
And for the other person.
But I'm not the answer. You're not the answer.
Yeah.
Only God is the real shepherd.
Yes. Amen and amen.